Mark, there is an entire field of study of this, right? We call it criminology, where people have looked and studied and figured out what creates crime, what stops crime, how crime happens. And the evidence shows one thing that I think most people, even in our own community, do not fully appreciate. The police are not there to prevent crime. Police do not prevent crime. At best, they catch criminals after the fact. And that's great. That's necessary. Yay, right?
Wow. Just wow.
But if what you're actually saying is that you're worried about crime prevention, putting more police on the streets does nothing to help crime prevention, to achieve crime prevention, and putting military troops on the streets, putting Marines on the streets does less than nothing to prevent crime. The Marines are not trained to prevent crime, right? You want another movie analogy? You want to prevent crime, you need to get Clarice Starling up in here, right? You need to get some FBI profilers up in here to prevent crime. That's what they do. The police and the troops don't do that.
You sure about that?
We really wanted to look at what is going on with crime incidents across DC in these few weeks since we had these federal troop and law enforcement deployments. And so we're able to look at every incident of crime and its location, and we can see things that are related, we think, to the presence of an extreme amount of additional law enforcement. We're seeing less violent crime incidents reported to the police, at least. Fewer assaults, fewer murders, fewer gun crimes. One of the things that's been plaguing the city with auto thefts down 36%, and so we looked at this time period of these few weeks that there have been these deployments in the city, and we compared that back not just to the same days last year, but we wanted to look over the longer haul too to see if the trend lines held up. And we've seen this decrease is pretty similar. It's a little more than half if you look at the 5-year average. And so there's less, at least reported crime going on. Now, that's a complex situation, right? There are a lot of factors that can contribute to that. We can't know for sure how these deployments are affecting that, other than the presence of additional law enforcement and military personnel in, key locations downtown.
And putting military troops on the streets, putting Marines on the streets does less than nothing.
Wrong.